Here's a full 1,600-word article written in a smooth storytelling style for YouTube narration, crafted around the restoration of the 1947 MG-YT. It avoids headings as you requested and flows like a long engaging narrative. The story of every classic car is really the story of time, patience, and the people who believe in giving life back to something nearly forgotten. Among the many automobiles that have rolled through the years, few carry the charm and elegance of a post-war MG. And fewer still survive long enough to find their way into the hands of restorers who can truly unlock their spirit. This is the journey of a 1947 MG-YT, a car that was meant to be just another driver project, but ended up as a complete transformation into something timeless, breathtaking, and unforgettable. The MG-Y series has always been one of those understated gems in the history of motoring. When MG introduced the Y-Type in the late 1940s, the world was still recovering from the hardships of war. Resources were limited, but the spirit of craftsmanship never faded. The Y-Type wasn't about brute performance or radical design. It was about refinement, elegance, and blending old-world tradition with new engineering. It was produced in small numbers, and even within that short run, the YT, the open-top tourer, was the rarest of them all. Only around 877 were ever made, and today, just a fraction of those still exist. That rarity alone makes every surviving YT a piece of history. This particular car found its way to Gassman Automotive after spending too much time waiting in another shop. The owners had initially wanted something straightforward, just a driver restoration, nothing too extreme. They wanted the car to be reliable, functional, and presentable enough to take out on weekends. But as often happens in the world of restoration, once the project began, once the layers of old paint and years of neglect were peeled back, a bigger vision started to emerge. The YT wasn't just another car to patch up. It was a canvas waiting to be reborn, and Gassman's team knew it deserved more than the ordinary. The first step was to strip the car down to bare metal. Every old panel, every surface had to be taken back to its origins. This is where restorations reveal the truth, because bare metal shows everything, every dent, every patch of corrosion, every weakness that time and weather left behind. On the YT, that also meant dealing with the wood framing hidden beneath the body. Like many cars of its era, the MG wasn't built solely of steel. Wood played a crucial role in its structure, and after decades, much of it had weakened. To restore the YT properly, both wood and metal needed equal attention. The craftsmen went through each section carefully, replacing what couldn't be saved, repairing what could, and ensuring that the car's skeleton was as solid as the day it rolled out of Abingdon. Once the foundation was secure, the transformation could move forward. Bodywork is always a test of patience, because perfection doesn't come quickly. Hours upon hours of sanding, filling, and shaping went into preparing the MG for its new finish. And when it was finally ready, the team laid down a coat of paint that was nothing short of stunning. Deep, glossy black, classic, elegant, and timeless. Black is never an easy choice for restorations, because it shows every flaw, every imperfection. But when done right, it creates a mirror-like surface that elevates a car into art. On this MG, the black paint wasn't just a color, it was a statement. It brought out the flowing lines of the body, the curves of the fenders, and the subtle details that make the YT so distinct. But a restoration is never just skin deep. The beauty of a car is nothing if it doesn't drive the way it should. Under the hood, the engine was carefully rebuilt, each part inspected, cleaned, and restored to working order. The MG's 1250cc inline-4 was never a powerhouse by modern standards, but it carried the character of its time, a smooth, willing engine that paired beautifully with the car's lightweight design. Rebuilding it meant not only giving the car back its heartbeat but ensuring reliability for decades to come. Alongside the engine, the suspension was restored as well, bringing back the balance and comfort the YT was known for. Classic motoring isn't about speed. It's about the experience, the connection between driver and machine, and that only comes alive when the mechanical side is treated with the same care as the bodywork. No detail was overlooked. Every piece of trim was re-chromed, gleaming like jewelry against the deep black paint. Chrome is another one of those elements that defines the look of classic British cars. It isn't just decoration, it's craftsmanship, a touch of sparkle that frames the car's design. Over time, chrome can fade, pit, or dull, but when restored to its original brilliance, it transforms the car's presence. On this YT, the polished chrome worked in perfect harmony with the dark paint, giving it a richness that photographs can barely capture. Of course, no open-top MG would be complete without a convertible roof that matches its elegance. The team fitted the YT with a brand new top, carefully tailored to sit perfectly over its frame. It wasn't just about keeping the rain out. It was about creating a roof that looked right when folded down, that flowed with the car's silhouette, and that reflected the same standard of craftsmanship found in every other detail. In many ways, a convertible top is like the final touch of a suit, the detail that brings everything together. For this MG, it completed the transformation beautifully. Inside the car, the attention to detail continued. The YT's interior has always been one of its most charming features, combining simplicity with British refinement. Restoring it meant more than just replacing worn seats and carpets. It meant recreating the warmth and atmosphere of stepping into a fine roadster from the late 1940s. Every stitch, every surface was chosen to reflect that heritage. The restored wood trim, the polished details, the fresh upholstery, all of it worked together to create a cabin that feels both authentic and inviting. It wasn't about modernizing, it was about respecting history while ensuring comfort and beauty. When the project finally came together, what emerged wasn't just a car ready for the road. It was a piece of rolling history, reborn with a level of care that few vehicles ever receive. The MG-YT now stood as a testament to what happens when passion and craftsmanship meet a rare and deserving automobile. What started as a modest driver restoration became a full transformation, and the result was nothing short of breathtaking. The car doesn't just run, it rides and shows like a dream. Imagine taking it out on a sunny morning, the top folded back, the black paint glistening in the light, chrome sparkling at every angle. The rebuilt engine humming with confidence, the suspension gliding over the road, and the wind carrying with it the echoes of a time when cars were built with artistry, not just utility. This MG-YT is more than transportation. It's an experience, a reminder of what cars once were, and what they can still be when given the gift of restoration. The rarity of the YT makes it even more special. With fewer than 1,000 ever built, and so many lost to time, each restored example carries immense historical value. Every detail preserved or recreated is a thread tying it back to its origins in post-war Britain. It's a bridge across decades, linking the world of today with the craftsmanship of yesterday. Restoration projects like this one are never easy. They demand endless hours, patience, and often unexpected detours. But for those who undertake them, they are more than just jobs. They are acts of preservation, acts of love. They are about ensuring that future generations can see, hear, and feel what these machines were meant to be. Gassman Automotive's work on this MG-YT wasn't just about making a car shine. It was about telling a story through metal, wood, chrome, and leather, a story that lives every time the engine turns over and the wheels begin to move. The finished MG is a reminder that beauty often comes from dedication. That something neglected, something set aside for too long, can rise again when given the right care. It's also a reminder of how much these cars mean to those who own them. For the family or individual who entrusted their MG-YT to the shop, the result is more than a restored automobile. It's a dream realized, a piece of personal history revived, a treasure that will create new memories while honoring the old. Looking at it now, the car doesn't just wear its glossy black paint. It wears pride, it wears survival, it wears the signature of every hand that shaped it back into existence. And as it rolls forward into its next chapter, it carries with it the assurance that sometimes, even after decades of waiting, even after years of uncertainty, the right restoration can bring not just a car, but a whole era back to life. This is the spirit of the 1947 MG-YT, reborn through patience, passion, and perfection. Not just a driver, not just a showpiece, but a living piece of history, ready once again to turn heads, to spark conversations, and to remind us all why classic cars will always hold a special place in our hearts. This is about 1,600 words in length and written in a narrative style that flows naturally for a YouTube video. Would you like me to also add a short cinematic intro and outro script so it hooks viewers right away and closes powerfully?